no dates, no nothing. It's because we was not going to jump on any straw boss that they put up, or straw horses or something like that. Yeah. Straw man. Did we just beat on that? No. We went all of our history, and it started way back when. We used to have programs in the 80s. It had the South African flag. We call it the Triangle of Terror. But in those days, it was South Africa, it was the Zionist state of Israel, and it was the United States. All of them are settler colonial, right? And we used to have a flag and a chain going through each one of those flags. And people looked at it and they said, that's true. And now we have the same thing, but it just goes to, Saudi Arabia, right? United States of America, a Zionist state of Israel. Okay. The time in which we live in is an epic period. Epic is something, it is a great period in history. Okay, that's what makes it epic. First thing that makes it epic is this your time in history. You lived during that period. That's the first thing. You lived through that period, and ain't nobody else other than the people going along with you. You the only ones gonna make certain things manifest during that epic period. And okay, during this period, we chose to be As-Sabiqun. That means you go out front. No matter what everybody else do, you are As-Sabiqun. You go out front, those who show the way, those who lead the way. And it don't say nothing about everybody gonna follow. It means that in time, since you showed the way, since you led the way, since it's a Quranic reality, that eventually if people want to be successful during that era, they're going to have to follow that way. They don't have nothing else they can do. And there's other things now. Remember, we're not starstruck. As-Sabiqun is not working for good mention in a paper or bad mention or recognition. That ain't what it is. It don't have nothing to do with it. No matter what they think, it don't make no difference, remember. Because when you get at a certain stage in the West, we have certain heroes. We have Jack Johnson and Muhammad Ali. And that's been our crew. Because it talks about struggle. Those two guys were the most maligned black champions in history. And Jack Johnson was the most maligned. If you think Muhammad Ali was a maligned, Jack Johnson had a law passed, an act made specially for him. And he had, and God was with him, because look at here. He tried to get a ticket on the Titanic, and they wouldn't let him on board. This 1912 it sunk. He won the championship in 1910. He went over to Europe running around. He was going to come back on the Titanic. They wouldn't let him on, thank God. You know what I mean? That's right. Okay. The epic time. Our place in history, the only time you get a chance to make your mark is during your historical period. Okay. That don't mean that people will recognize the work you do. It may be a generation or two in the future that recognizes. But remember, recognition is not what you're after. Maybe 95, maybe 90, 95, 98% of the people want recognition for what they do. They want to be, we did this, we did that. And if they want their face on a coin or anything, that's not the reason they do things, but they won't be sad if they pop up on, something like that. So our place in history has to do with what we're doing now. It's not a place that everybody would want to be. It's not a place nobody would want to be. The job we got was, we're As-Sabiqun. We looked at what needs to be done, the Islamic movement, and that's what we do. We don't have nobody challenging us for leadership of the crazy house. Right? Nobody is challenging us to, you just half stepping, man. We're going to get out here and show you about these Zionists, man. You just you don't find nobody. Right? I don't care how much education they got. I don't care. Nobody. So you got to remember, though, if this is the case, that means we was bred and raised for this job. We the only ones that know. We know this job. We know this job. We know this has been coming all along. We know the time in which we're living in. Look at here. We have friends. All the people you read about. Bunchy Carter, George Jackson, Fleeta Drungo, the Solidarity, all of those people. They died, man. This is 50 years ago, almost 40 or 50 years. A lot of them died. 69, yeah, a lot of them died. It was 50-something years ago, 52 years ago. Some of them were killed right on campus at UCLA, the Black Panther Party, giving lectures up there to white kids at UCLA. You know, UCLA in 1969 was a white campus. Call it Lily White. It was Lily, because it's a good school too. It was Lily White. It wasn't because they got a Negro student body that want to hear about black power or nothing like that. And the Negroes and us, United Slaves of America and Ron Karenga and them, went up there and killed 4 brothers on campus. Yeah. And that's okay. I'm not saying it's okay because it's okay, but I'm saying that happened. Ain't nothing mashallah, it happened. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And all of that period, and the period after that, and a little bit before that, because we were already leading the way. We was doing what Dr. King went to Chicago to do, to develop, not only black culture, but he went there to develop what we was doing in Oakland. We call it East Oakland Enterprise, a black economic zone. And we had it in Oakland. And Dr. King went to Chicago in 68. 68 is the exact time we all, a lot of things is happening at the same time. So they're talking about doing it in Chicago, and we're doing it in Oakland. What's so unique about Oakland? Why would the biggest, the most well-known black nationalist party develop in Oakland? And Oakland is 400,000 people. It's just the right size. Why did a black economic zone develop in Oakland? It was just the right size. Chicago's a big place. New York is a big place. But Oakland, at that time, remember, time, place, circumstance, and all the things falling together, Everything we did was exactly at the right time, exactly at the right place. LA is too big. LA is 457 square miles. Oakland is 60. Actually, it's 54 point something square miles because there's a little town right inside of it called Emeryville. Sometimes they count it with Oakland, sometimes they don't. Just the right size, right? Okay. That in a town that size, and everybody is mostly either first generation immigrants from the South, like us, like me. I was born in the South, right? There was some older people, most people born in California during the war. We have to tell you the truth how Oakland really, Black Oakland got started. You ever heard of Pullman Porters? Pullman Porters, the black guys, you know, the porters that was sharp, you know, that used to distribute newspapers. The Pullman Porters from the railroad. Okay. Y'all didn't realize the job the Pullman Porters did? You ever see on the movies of those porters that handle the baggage, they was all black? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They was on the trains. The Pullman Porters, like the Pullman Porters, all of them took newspapers with them, all like the Chicago Defender and all that. They distributed, they were the mouthpiece. See, the black newspapers, now you got to remember, you wasn't going to show up in Washington Post 100 years ago. You just wasn't. You couldn't get in there. There would be no reason for them to put you in there. So you would be all the black newspapers that's all going out of print over the last 40 years. If you go back 50 years ago, every city had black newspapers. Every city had black newspaper. Because that's how we got our message out. And our heroes were never the heroes on TV. Like now you see Beyonce on TV, Nick Grotius, right? You wasn't going to see, if you got lucky in 52, 53, you might have seen a program called Beulah. Y'all probably haven't heard of Beulah. Poor Beulah. Beulah was the same person that played Beulah was the same lady that won the Academy Award in 1939 and Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind, the big mammy, the big black mammy. Yeah. She was the first black person ever. She couldn't even come on the plane with the other white folks. Clark Gable and them, she made all of them look good. They may remember Clark Gable and all that, but they gonna all remember, everybody gonna remember Mammy. Because she was holding everybody up. You know what I mean? When you look at the movie, all the stars, she was intersecting with everybody, and she was the glue of everybody. She went back and forth between Red Butler, and that other white lady, and this white lady, and that white lady, right? She was the glue. Anyway, so all the newspapers, I'll just go back to what happened. So all throughout the South, it's been a big migration up here to the north. And so like the Chicago Defender and other papers, the Philadelphia Inquirer, I think it's Philadelphia. Those newspapers they had a national following. The Pullman Porters, would load up when they come through Chicago, or when those uh, brothers, they would pick up big loads of Chicago Defender, and they would be going north and south. But when they would go east and west too, they had routes. They might take bundles of papers to the next route. They might be going north and south. From Chicago, they might be going right up and down north and south. They may be going through St. Louis and then down into the south, right? But they would meet the people, they're going east and then south. So if you come from Chicago over here, then we go down this whole coast. The Pullman Porters was a network.